evening. Good evening. We bring you the latest in the world of sports. I'm Paulo De Rosario.
We give you the conversations you want to hear from your favorite sports icons and athletes. I'm Boom Gonzalez. In tonight's game plan, we get to meet one of the newest squads in the upcoming PVL conference. But first, we look ahead to Game 5 of the NBA Finals.
Buckle up, sports fans. Let's get in the game. The Denver Nuggets are one win away from bringing home their first ever NBA title in franchise history. Now, can the Miami Heat overcome the odds? Now, here with us to talk about Game 5 is NBA Philippines All-Star analyst Diego Dario and Meralco Bolt star Aaron Black. Gentlemen, welcome to the show. And I just want to let everyone know that si Diego has takes already written down on his phone trying to do his best Jello Vito impression. But Aaron, we haven't seen you here for a while, so I want to ask you first. You take a look at what happened in Game number 4, and the non-Jokic minutes in the fourth quarter, I feel, were probably the biggest minutes of that game in particular.
Well, that's all Jamal Murray. I feel like, well, of course you have the role players, but the way Jamal Murray, he plays the game, he's aggressive on that pick and roll, they can't stop it. And with Jokic out, everybody thought they would go down, but he took the reins of the ship and he helped them win that game.
Best game also for Aaron Gordon,
I
believe would be, which is good because some of the other players are still missing, like MPJ. But there is no answer for that two-man game so far. There is no answer for Jokic. Is there no answer for Denver, actually, in general, Diego?
I mean, first of all, it's nice to wear something chill on the show, not wearing a suit. But, when you're talking about the Denver Nuggets, they're just a well-oiled machine. Even if you take away Jokic, take away Jamal Murray, they have other shooters and other players who can step up, talking about Aaron Gordon, who had 27 big points in that last game. So if you're Miami Heat, who are you giving up? You have to give up someone, and that's not going to be Jokic. If the role players beat you, I think you'll live with that.
And you actually have the point here. One of your main takeaways is that you feel like Denver is just too deep, even if you're going to look beyond Jokic and Jamal Murray.
Well, if you think about it, Miami's also, they have injured players. Tyler Hero hasn't played. Oladipo did not play as well. So when you take a look at this healthy... Jimmy Butler is not 100% as well.
It's obvious.
So when you talk about this Denver Nuggets team, right timing for them. They're all healthy. They're all, well conditioned, and it's just tough to beat a team like Denver.
Especially if the heart and soul of the other team, Jimmy, is not 100%. Since the injury in New York, his field goal percentage drops from 62 to 39%. That is huge. Okay, but that's part of the game. You know that. No excuses for Miami. When you look forward to the game tomorrow, then what has to change for them, and who has to really come up big?
Well, Jimmy has to. At least 35 points.
No other way.
He can't come in.
Can get one Jimmy game, huh?
One Jimmy game. If he can get 35, 40 points and really just carry that team, that would be big for them. And another guy I want to look at is Bam. He's an all-star. He has to play like one. I don't think he's had the finals that he's wanted, and I feel like he could be better.
And Jegs, you actually listed down here that you want a Jokic-Murray takeover in the next game in particular for the Denver Nuggets, and you take a look at them taking over already. They're the first pair to list down a triple-double in a finals game. Can they do even more against this Miami team?
Well, I said that because if they want to close it out in the next game, it can't be Aaron Gordon or KCP, Bruce Brown taking over in the fourth quarter. That's what I believe, because I think Miami would live with those guys scoring in the fourth. It has to be Jokic, especially his foul trouble last game. That can happen in the next game if they want to close it out and win at home.
Aaron, the shooters of Miami are going to be, I know you mentioned Bam and Jimmy, but the shooters, the others, as they say, is going to be very crucial also for Miami, just for an extension at least of this series. And that has been their go-to in the first, second, and third series. Why hasn't it not worked other than game number 2 for Miami in this series, in your opinion?
Denver's a tough team, even on defense. They're big. Their guards are big. Their forwards are big. I mean, MPJ is 6'10". I think Gordon's about 6'9" as well. So, they play that defense from 1 to 5. So they've had a hard time. A lot of the shooters of Miami are a little bit on the shorter side. Even if you look at Kevin Love, he's not that tall of a big. So, but if they can get hot in this next game and they can shoot 49% again, just like when they won that last game, then I feel like they have a chance.
And I think also, just to add to what Aaron said,
Please, yeah.
I think, Denver, they're also trying to make Jimmy a scorer. Try to make him make tough shots, maybe a pull-up three on the pick and roll or the mid-range, because, they are aware that if the shooters of Miami make their shots, it's going to open up so many things for this Miami Heat offense. And I think Denver, they're trying to, go to the shooters and let Jimmy and Bam play together.
And on the other side of the coin here for coin rather, not corn.
Somebody's hungry.
Yeah, probably. But Aaron, you take a look at Nikola Jokic, and a lot of people are going to be like, how do we slow this guy down? If you're the Miami Heat, you have to make him uncomfortable. You have to be a bit physical with him. In fact, those are your notes. No one has been able to make him uncomfortable, and he sometimes is uncomfortable to look at when he drives, but yet he gets the job done. How do you slow that guy down already 6 games in?
To be honest, I have no idea.
You gotta put it on.
They don't have any idea. Also,
I watched this video. They were saying how to slow him down. It had 2 clips, and that's it of how they slowed him down on the video. And I really, he does everything. The way he's hitting threes as well. He's being efficient, and when he's on the block, nobody can stop him. Bam's too small. But as I mentioned a while ago, Bam being an X factor, he has to be an X factor on defense as well. Maybe he can have one game where he just stops Jokic and has a great game on both ends.
It's a bad matchup, really,
it
for
is.
Miami. Miami is already undersized to begin with, and they get the biggest man on the block, so to speak. But Diego, okay, let's talk about probably nerves. If you're Miami, there are things that you want to happen, right? You control what you can control, but maybe get a break also on the other side. Denver is going to try to go for its first title ever.
Right.
It's a football town, it's not a basketball town, but now they have something to celebrate. It's going to be crazy tomorrow. Will the nerves be a factor for a team like that? And by the way, they're a team that they know how to come back in a series also, right? So they shouldn't be comfortable.
Well, when you talk about Denver trying to close it out, I mean, Coach Willie always says this, the hardest games to play and to win are the closeout games. And the pressure, for sure, I think, is on Denver to close it out there. Miami has been there, done that, being down in the series and trying to stay alive one more game. And Jimmy Butler actually said it, we're not actually talking about, the technical stuff. We're just focusing on the next game. We got to win one, and basically try to force the next game every
Did you make a Coach
time.
Willie reference?
Yep.
On the show? Really?
I have
Really?
to. Coach Willie. Coach Willie's my guy.
I respect that. A key guy, we're looking at the key guys now for the next game in particular. Obviously, the usual suspects are there. Aaron, you named Jamal Murray and Bam Adebayo. Diego, you named Nikola Jokic and Coach Spoelstra. Aaron, I want to ask you about why you think Diego picked Coach Spoelstra. Because
Kind of twist things.
just twist things around because you're used to this. So Aaron, why Spoelstra in your opinion?
I mean, I believe in Coach Spo, that he has the right game plan coming into this next game. That's why I say that they have one more in them, at least one more. Because with a coach like that, he's seen everything. He's had the biggest stars, LeBron, D. Wade. He's seen it from being a video guy all the way to, he's seen it all. So, and Miami being such a great organization, I feel like, they have at least one more in them.
What do you say about Coach Mike Malone here? And I only ask this question because there's always that storyline that Spoelstra has run rings around all of the other coaches, has got some coaches fired in his finals run also in a few years, and it's happened again in this in this playoff run. What are you saying about Mike Malone here, who's really proving his worth?
I think you got to give it to Coach Mike Malone because they have been a consistent team talking about Denver even before this finals appearance. They were just not 100% talking about Jamal Murray, who, Torres ACL. You have MPJ who hasn't been healthy the past few years. And now that he's finally had this healthy Denver Nuggets team, they just showed us what they can do. Offensively, defensively, all the way to the finals.
Before we go to the break, I want to know, are we extending the series or is it going to end in Denver?
One-word answer.
One-word answer. Look at the camera. Tell it to Rain Tixon.
Miami or Denver?
I'm going to go
Aaron.
AD first. Pass first. AD.
I got one more game. Miami has one more game.
Okay.
Denver's going to win it.
All right. There you go.
Thank you, Aaron. Thank you, Diego, for sharing your thoughts with us tonight.
Thank you, guys.
In the meantime, after the break, we'll get to know the newest team in the PVL, the Gerflor Defenders. Stay tuned. You're watching The Game. As the PVL returns to action in a few weeks, one team is gearing up for their first taste of action in the heart of volleyball. Let's find out more from the Gerflor Defenders. We have with us Justin Dorog, Fen Emnas, Rap Aguilar, and Coach Ed Baroga. Welcome to the game. Coach Ed, welcome back to the scene, the club scene, the pro scene. Okay, my first question, I know it might sound like a joke, but it's kind of serious. Defenders will be the moniker. How did they come up with that? And is also that going to be the identity of a new team? Kasi di ba sa simula, you concentrate on a few things when it's a new team. Coach Ed, your take on this?
Well, hindi ko kayang sagutin yan kasi hindi naman ako yung nagano yan
Nung Defenders na moniker. Okay.
Pero kaya kong sagutin na madidepensahan namin bawat laro namin.
Nice. Yan yung gusto ko. I like that.
Maganda simula yan.
May confidence.
Magandang simula yan.
Oo. Just, yung team na to, I think, been trained for a month or so already. Ano masasabi mo sa samahan ninyo, yung training nyo so far, and of course, gaano ka excited ka knowing that this team will make their debut?
Honestly, very excited kasi nakikita namin sa team yung eagerness namin. Actually, most of us matagal nang hindi naglalaro. Tapos nabigyan kaming opportunity ng Gerflor, which is ngayon, igagrab na namin yung opportunity na binibigay ng team. So we're very thankful for all the people then. Kasi hindi kami, unlike the other teams na one company lang. Kami, madami kaming mga people behind na nag-work together para mabuo yung Gerflor.
Okay, exciting times, exciting times. Yung tanong ko, pareho mo na rin sagutin, Fen, at saka Rap, dahil it relates to both of you, dahil babalik kayo sa laro ng volleyball uli. Na-miss namin kayo. So, how is the preparation? I guess is yung tanong namin, 2-in-1 na para sa inyong dalawa. Coming back into ganito, professional volleyball na. Kamusta yung preparasyon at mahirap ba or para ka lang bumalik sa dati? Ano ba?
Bale, ako, super excited and
medyo
thankful.
matagal na rin, ha?
Yes. Siguro mga isa't kalahating taon nata ako nag-stop sa PVL. Pero di ako nag-stop mag-workout, magbola pa din. And ngayon, hindi naman ganun kahirap bumalik sa kondisyon kasi hindi ako nag-stop sa papawis. Pero syempre, iba pa rin pag nandun na. And I'm pretty much excited na makalaro ulit yung mga galing na players natin sa Pilipinas. So, ayan.
Rap, ganun din, yung pagbabalik mo, your comeback, how did you prepare for it? At nasaan kalagayan ka ngayon in terms of your comeback?
Siyempre, thankful ako sa tao na nagpabalik sa akin na maglaro ulit kasi 1 year akong wala. So, same din, hindi din ako nagpabaya sa sarili ko aside from kung may training man kami, nagsa-self-training din ako. And aside from that, nung 1 year na yon, nag-try ako ng ibang nag-try ako ng ibang team which is yung beach handball. So yun, kami noon. Same lang sila ng footwork, anything. So, kumbaga, hindi din ako nag-stop na mag-training kung ano yung training volleyball.
Baka nakatulong pa
yes,
ka.
Kasi handball, sa beach naglalaro.
Nice.
Yeah. Coach Ed, na-mention nga nila that most of the players, if not all of them, matagal yung break nila from this particular scene. Nakita mo ba yung excitement nila to grab yung opportunity na to? Because this opportunity doesn't come often. And here they are given a lifeline.
Yes, well, makikita mo kung mapapanood mo yung training namin. Masyado akong excited kasi although bago yung team, pero makikita mo sa kanila yung eagerness, kung gaano sila gumalaw sa loob ng court parang mga bata. So, excited kami na may apply namin sa tunay na laro yung mga ginagawa namin.
Tuwa si
Rap. Si Rap, parang bata.
Fist pump dun sa comment mo, Coach Ed. Justin, obviously, I've seen you since your palarong pambansa days, your collegiate career, and now nag-champion ka with Sherry sa Ilocos. So you've had your experience. My personal question is, anong posisyon ang ilalaro mo dito sa Gerflor? Kasi I think it's a legitimate question dahil ang dami mo ng posisyon na linaro from UP to Cherry. So what are we expecting from you?
Secret na lang.
Ay!
Joke lang. For now po, ano po ako, spiker po.
Okay.
So, yun nga, titingnan po natin din sa PVL kung ano po yung result ng, yun nga. Thankful din po ako kay Coach Ed for giving me the opportunity din na maglaro ulit and papakita lang po yung best ko.
Kasi yan ang asset talaga ni Justin. Napaka all-around player talaga ni
Gugulat kayo,
Justin.
setter na siya pag
Gusto yung for now Yung for now na sagot niya eh.
Tapos si Fen yung outside spiker.
Hindi niya shoot.
Pwede.
Next po kami.
Daming pampagulat
Pero Rap, you take a look at yung grupo na to. And sabihin na natin, okay, child at heart. Yung mga ibang veterano doon. Can you describe to us yung grupo ninyo, yung samahan ninyo so far, 1 month into yung training ninyo?
So far ngayon, samahan namin, okay siya. As in, as a family kasi, family talaga siya kasi, kumbaga, kami, lahat naman tayo kailangan ng open communication talaga. Kasi kung wala kayong open communication, paano kayo magkoconnect sa isa't isa? So, thankful ako sa team ko ngayon kasi lahat open kami. Parang, syempre, pro na tayo. So, yung mga isip natin is pro na. And dumagdag din si Coach Ed. Si Coach Ed is kalma lang na coach, mabait. So yun, parang, so yun.
Sa training ba yung pinag-uusapan natin? Then, okay, I will assume you will be setter. Okay, so para, ewan ko, tignan natin.
For now.
For now.
Okay, for now.
For now.
Sige, but I will address that. Kunwari as a setter, ngayon na nagbabalik ka sa PVL, nakita natin the last previous years itong PVL, bumilis ang laro, di ba? Fast pace, low set, yan na yung mga usapan ngayon. So, interested ako, when you come back now with a new team, how are you approaching it? Nag-iiba ba yung laro mo rin? Mag-a-adjust ka rin ba? Or are you going back to the Fen Emna style of playing?
Basta ako, nag-ano ako sa sistema ni Coach Ed. So, makikita na lang din sa PVL kung ano yung pinaghahandaan namin, kung ano yung sistema ni Coach Ed, dun kami. Nagsistick kami dun. So, ayan, pinaprepare namin yung sarili namin kahit na new team kami and all. And alam namin na hindi naman basta-basta din yung igagalaw namin.
Coach Ed, you've been with this team for a month or so. Nakita mo na sila mag-training. You've had a few tune-up games and you've seen them in action. Anong assessment mo sa grupo na to so far? Kasi kanina, when I asked you about it off the air, all smiles eh.
Yeah.
Oh, pa-describe naman.
Well, to be honest, although bago yung team, pero most of them are veterans like Rap. So it's easy for them to get my system. So excited ako dahil lahat ng mga naka-tune up namin, medyo tinalo namin. At the same time, medyo nagkakaroon kami ng magandang samahan sa loob ng court. So, open kami sa isa't isa. At the same time, nagiging bata yung kilos nila sa loob ng court. Doon ako excited.
And we're also excited dahil maraming din mga bagong player din na sasali. No?
Yeah.
Your
Yes.
schoolmates
Yeah.
na si Lai Bertolano, di ba? Ethan Arce have already
Yes.
joined the team and a host of other young players. But Coach, can I follow up on that? You're making your pro debut.
Yes.
Kasi hindi natuloy yung last time, di ba? With Santa Lucia.
Santa Lucia.
Right. So, is it different? You've been in clubs before. You've handled boys also, high school boys. Marami ka na nang naranasan also when it comes to the coaching scene. Does it change your approach now that this is, as they say, a professional league?
Malaki yung changes kasi unang-una you need to kailangan pakisamahan mo rin sila para mas maintindihan kanila. Kasi iba yung approach sa high school ng mga bata. Pero dito, this time, kailangan ang approach mo sa kanila medyo malumanay, although very professional sila. Every time na kakausapin mo sila, may papagawa ka sa kanila, ang nakakatuwa, ang dali nilang makuha. Kaya ang bilis ng ng development ng team namin.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, really excited to see the Gerflor Defenders very soon making their debut
Dami
here.
na sikreto, dami ayaw sabihin.
Oo, and basta alam ko, the one thing I'm sure of is that they will be playing like children at heart inside the court. Oo,
And defenders.
And defenders, of course. Again, good luck and we can't wait to see you with the Tara Flames.
Thank you.
So when we return, we'll get the latest on the upcoming FIBA Basketball World Cup happening here in Manila. Stay tuned. You're watching The Game. Welcome back to the game. The most anticipated basketball event is coming to the Philippines, and we want to get you, the fans, involved. Well, a huge hometown crowd is a sure bet. The Samahang Basketball ng Pilipinas, led by its president, Al Panlilio, is nonetheless calling on all basketball-loving Filipinos to help make history. We want to pass what is currently the most number of attendees in a FIBA Basketball World Cup event, which is at 32,616 from the finals of the 1994 FIBA World Championship in Toronto, Canada. Let's fill up the massive Philippine Arena in Bukawi, Bulacan on August 25 when Gilas Pilipinas makes its first appearance in the 2023 FIBA Basketball World Cup against the Dominican Republic. Game time is set at 8 p.m. after the Group A inaugural match between FIBA Africa's Angola and European qualifier Italy at 4 p.m. The only game scheduled at the Philippine Arena for the duration of the FIBA Basketball World Cup.
And this is your chance to support the Philippines in the FIBA Basketball World Cup 2023. Buy 5-day passes at 20% off with this Independence Day World Cup promo package. It's available from June 12 to June 16. Tickets are available at philippine.worldcup.basketball. Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm Boom Gonzalez.
Catch us weeknights here on One News, One Sports, and One Sports Plus. I'm Paolo Del Rosario, and this has been The Game.